Hi, beautiful people. How are you
what's
doing?
up? What's up, beautiful people?
So we're super excited, guys. It's another Friday. And you know that every Friday, guys, we bring you juicy stuff from, different places.
From the love
and
world.
Exactly. And then we get to talk about it on the Love Friday show, guys.
Yes,
This is the Love Friday show on Voice Tone. This is basically where we talk about everything love, relationships, sex. But we focus more on love, guys. Very important.
And everything follow love.
So, let's
Well,
not go
when
into
you
that.
are in love and you get married.
Okay, when you
have
get
sex.
married, you have sex. Yes, you're promoting that. We love it. We love to see it.
I
yeah,
remember
guys.
one of our guests actually said, "You see, the way we are always shying away from
Who
some
even said? Okay,
topics."
I think that was
Mr.
I remember.
Experience.
No, it wasn't even Mr. I think it was Pretty Fola too.
Yeah,
I
Pretty
think it's
Bola
Fola.
actually
I think
said
it was
something
Pretty
like
Fola.
that.
She was like, and why are you guys? I will
Running
not
away
talk
from
again, no.
something.
But yeah, guys, and we have like a very interesting topic today that we'll definitely be dissecting.
Yeah.
But before that, my name is Choma Eze, and
I am the vibe queen, Omobola Val.
yes, guys. So I feel like we saw like a story earlier this week that made us come up with this particular topic. And I mean, it's something that a lot of people have been talking about, especially on social media. It's something that people have like different opinions about. And yeah, I feel like that's why I'm super excited, to talk about this today. Val, do you want to talk about?
Okay, I feel like, so we were going to talk about one thing and then the topic today, so I don't know which to talk about first. I know we said we were going to like highlight the Centobi story on how how people get married, and because we've heard of situations whereby a lady gets married and she stays off her friends, and it feels like the husband tells her that don't keep friends. But in the situation now, for those who do not know, Centobi is a Nollywood actor who unfortunately is late now, and after his death, a friend came up and shared like a very tragic story of how Centobi's wahala started when he got married. According to him, like Centobi got married, and his fame introduced him to his wife, and when they got married, it felt like the lady like dominated the whole thing, like his whole life and everything, and stylishly he stayed off his friends, he stayed off his acting career, and his friend said efforts were made to try to reach out to him, that guy waiting this saw, and finally, like, it had gotten to a very bad point where when the friend forcefully reached out to Centobi and said, what's up? And he was saying something about the fact that, okay, he was just busy. But somehow they got talking, and Centobi confessed that, the marriage has been hell. And like the wife's siblings feel that, they got married to, like, he got married to their sister because of her wealth. Because as at that time, according to him, she was working with a big telecommunications brand, and the friend said, Centobi said that it was as bad as this brother of the wife tried to stab Centobi, like Centobi even like sustained an injury, and Centobi had to get like a gun and a license because it was becoming life-threatening. And like the story was really bad, he was frustrated, he sold his cars, it got really bad, he had to move out. It led to the lady filing for divorce, and she went to put the court in Ogun State, knowing fully well that Centobi was in Lagos, so he had to like go to Ogun State. Like, it was really stressful for him, and the most painful thing, according to the whole story, is the fact that she deprived Centobi of seeing the kids.
That's so sad.
So like, it was really, really sad. And she said, the friend said, when Centobi decided to even reach out to his friends, share all the stories of how he had sold all his cars, bought cars to start Uber, then he developed like a terrible illness, and
that was how he died.
That's how he died. So
I guess the question from like the whole story might just be friendship after marriage. What do you guys think about it, right? Because I mean, I feel like we were saying earlier, like, how we hear these stories, and I feel like why it's shocking for us is because we've heard these stories before, but then it was coming from a different aspect or this different side, which is like the side of the female or the woman. I mean, we've heard situations where like a woman gets married to her husband and then she starts to avoid, you know, her friends. You know, we've heard situations where the husband is like, I'm not comfortable with this babe coming to our house, or I'm not comfortable with you being friends with this person. I've heard different stories about that, but I haven't really seen that, you know, happen to like guys, right? And just like hearing Saint-Obi's friend talk about this, I think it was quite shocking for me, honestly. So like I feel like that's why we have this question today, like friendship after, you know, marriage. What do you think about it? But what do you think about it?
So first off, I feel like, who are your friends?
Right.
That's like a very interesting question. There was a time where, you know, it's funny how people have different opinions. There was a time where like a popular Twitter influencer posted something saying like, as a married woman, what are you doing with single friends? And I'm like, is this girl normal? Did you see that tweet?
I didn't see it.
Hey, gosh, I feel like that tweet even went viral again.
Yeah.
Like she said, what are you doing with single friends? Like when you need an advice or something, you are going to meet a single friend. And I'm like, who do these people keep as friends? Because the truth about the matter is, me, my own friends, because I know the kind of friends I have, like we're still close. And the friendship, in fact, when they want to get married, it's always interesting for me because it feels like I call most of like my clique of friends. You see, the few of them, those ones I know, and I call them my sisters. So I even call their husbands my brothers. So sometimes they even get who did you know before me? Would you know things like that? So number one, because even it is vice versa. Some ladies also tell their husbands that I'm not comfortable with this guy.
Yeah.
For instance, I'm going to share a story of a friend who wasn't comfortable with her husband's friend, and that's because this friend is always dragging her husband to late night events, and this is a married man, for God's sake. That's different.
Yeah.
But you know, when it's not like this friend is trying to implicate or scatter the marriage, or you know, or do some characters that are not in tune with your character or your partner's character, that's different. But I feel that first, if you have good friends, then you don't need to, because they
that
say
shouldn't be a problem.
They say if you throw this stick from the fire, you will not see anybody to play with. I know they say that when you get married, like let's your husband or your wife be your best friend, but the truth about the matter, even if it's not friends, maybe some people will say friend is a deep word, acquaintance, you have to have some people
around.
Yes, you can't live this life alone. You can't.
Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, like it still boils down to what you just said, which is like, who are your friends, right? If you are able to trust your friends, you should know the kind of people that would cause issues like in your marriage, right?
Exactly.
So like I remember I had like, she's still my very good friend, right? Like when she got married, like we were so close, we were in school, and then she got married. You know how school is now, like I'll always go and visit her, and then we'll always have like our gist, and also like when I go to her house, we'll like talk throughout the night, and then she will leave her husband, maybe like he will be in the room sleeping and all. So I remember that it got to a point where she was trying to tell me that like when we talk, like, we'll get to a point and she's like, I have to enter my room, I have to go to the room. So I was a bit confused until she told me that like her husband is not comfortable with the fact that, you know, like I would come and then I would spend, like even when they were having like an argument, that he said, and she came and you left me, now you went to go and talking to her throughout the night. So I think I understand that part, which is most guys, like they don't want your single friends to, how would I put it, take away their position, or they don't want you to get distracted, right? Because they also feel like if she's single and you are married, what are you people discussing? Maybe it's obviously maybe about the boyfriend that you people had in maybe school or something, right?
Some just I also want just attention. They can't share that attention.
Exactly, right? So I mean, I feel like I understand that part, but for a man to tell you that he doesn't want you to have like friends, or he's not comfortable with your friends, I feel like the man is insecure, and I don't think that should be something that you take. Yeah,
it depends. Because sometimes maybe the guy don't see something.
Okay, unless
right?
that,
maybe this person is a threat.
Yeah.
Like if you give me, for instance, you say this person is a threat to our marriage. Maybe the guy is eyeing you and I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It still boils down to what kind of friends you
And I think it still boils down to the partner that you have. Because when you guys are like in a relationship, you should know if this person is comfortable with your friends. If from relationship is already telling you stuff like, I don't like that person, don't be with that friend, you already know that it's kind of person that doesn't like you around friends, right?
But if he has good reasons, it's possible.
No, but like if you have like if you're telling me to stay away from like almost all my friends,
yeah,
and you don't have like a legit
is.
reason,
Yes,
then that's a
yes,
big problem,
that's
right?
where the
And then
problem
if
is.
you were facing that in your relationship and you go into marriage and you're still facing that, I don't think you should be surprised. Number one, you already know that your man is insecure and he doesn't want you around people. Now, now the bad thing about that is that
insecure with your same sex, like. It's just that,
no,
like,
no,
everywhere is crazy right
what,
now.
What they think is, because I mean, my friend, what they think is, like, if you are with your friend, they feel like you're having a conversation about maybe a guy, or they feel like your friend might even be telling you something about, oh, I went that day and we had fun. So they don't want you, they don't even want you to be distracted. As far they don't want it, they feel like your friend would distract you from like will make you miss the single you. Exactly. Will make you miss the single you. They don't want that, you get. And I think that's actually, it's not bad, right? It's not bad.
For a
but
guy,
it's how you handle it. Yeah.
It's the fact that a lady made, and not just, she didn't just make him stay away from his friends. Yeah. She made him stay away from his career.
So I just feel like because men don't really talk about these things. I feel like because men don't really talk about these things, we don't really know that these things actually happen, right? It's just like how we talk about domestic violence, we talk about like a lot of things, and you don't realize that men actually go through these things. So the fact that Sent-to-be story is coming up and doesn't mean that a lot of men like haven't been going through it, because we know that we have soft. There are some men that are like really soft and they don't mind. I used to have this with my friend Lulu that will always say, "See, I don't mind being your housewife." Like he calls himself house husband. Like that's like a joke, right? But then again, he's like he doesn't have a problem with like being in the house, like taking care of like the family and the rest. Like he's a very soft person, and that kind of person, I tell him that, see, just marry the person that is your own, marry your own, because if not, they will use you. Do you get? So like imagine that kind of person being like in like getting married to somebody that's bad. Obviously, she might tell him, don't be with this person, don't be with, and he's kind of person that would say, oh, okay, you know, and because of the kind of person that he is, and then the kind of person that he's in a relationship with, I kind of missed my thoughts there. But yeah, I think what I'm just trying to say is that at the end of the day, I think it's very important that you just have like a very good person by your side, the kind of person that would not take advantage of you, the kind of person that will realize that whether you like it or not, you need friends around, good friends around, because most times when you have issues in your marriage or in your relationship, people talk about how it's not good to have like third party, which is like really cool. But at the end of the day, you need friends that you can trust, friends that you can just chip in. Kind of that when my friend was having like maybe not really like serious issues, but like you know how like stuff happens and you're like, oh, see what just happened right now. She didn't really give me like in total, but she told me that, oh, this is happening, and I'm like, don't worry, to be fine. Like just that alone self will help you. Exactly. And if you're not telling me, oh, I don't be friends with that person, I'm not just comfortable, you know, just that's crazy, bro. I don't think I'll be comfortable with that.
Imadek says dicey situation. Shout out to I didn't get that, but he said dicey situation. Actually, very dicey situation. But honestly, you can't do life alone. I know that you can't do life alone. And then you see the Sent-to-be's issue.
Shout out to Lulu.
Who is Lulu, please?
My friend.
Okay. So the thing is, you know, the funny thing is that really, if we look at this Sent-to-be's issue, oh, he said shout out to Chi's friend. Okay, so if we look at this whole situation truthfully, the Sent-to-be situation, this one is not even being insecure. You know how they say, like, when you and that's the problem. I feel like, and I keep saying it, I don't think I have a problem getting married to somebody that I am richer than.
Yeah.
Like, there's something that my friends and I used to say, like when they were single, like when we used to hang out, and you know, there's this particular friend of mine that used to say this thing, and we used to all just laugh at it. She would say, like, mo le lowo joko mi lo mi ikon ifi gberaga si ni. In English, it means that I don't mind being richer than my husband, but I will not be proud.
But you know, you can't actually say this thing.
No, but you can't. I'm like, how?
So I don't think I would ever be that person.
I don't think I can be. But like, I won't be proud.
Nobody
because
plans
you know
to be
the funny thing.
Nobody, you can't say these things because you've not like been.
Well, so I think I've had, maybe not marriage, but I think I've had similar situations where I can test myself and say, like, people that are supposed to be taken care of, like, I've had similar situations, and I don't think that would make me lose my respect, or
I won't think
you know,
so too.
because the truth about the matter is, it's funny how life is.
Yeah.
You can be the richer one today. Okay, so I read something else yesterday on Instagram.
Yeah.
Guess what? So this guy said, I think it was Ife that posted the Osplufic Nigerians, and you know, this post said something about the fact that this guy, they got married, everything was good, he was rich, he had a good paying job, and everything was fine. Then the wife got, you know, a great job too. Along the way, he lost his job, and then the wife was the one that was now taking care of everything. Immediately she became the one taking care of everything. Like, she started bringing in her siblings, her family. Like, after all, I mean they pay the bills, so let everybody come and live. You know, you don't have your say. And then every time the guy says they are eating on the dining table, the mother is like, you are just eating my daughter's money. You know they find job. And he said he was actively looking for jobs. But you know, he said the good thing is, while he was up there, while he had a job, like, he was really kind to people. So like, when he got really frustrated, you know what he did? He had to move out of the house, and then he called a few friends, and because he was nice to them when he had, you know, jobs and all, when he had a job and all, they actually contributed, and they helped him. They got him an apartment, and he kept on striving to get like a good job, and he got a job. That, you see, in life, you can never predict life. That's why I treat everybody well. He got a very good paying job. Guess what? The wife was apologizing, trying to come back. Bro. And that's why, like, I feel like nothing really prepares us enough for marriage. Because the truth about the matter is, marriage is funny. You have to, you see, like, when you read all these things and you watch all these life lessons, you learn. I feel like when I'm getting married and they are saying for better, for worse, that thing will mean a lot. Like, that thing would be for, when I was younger, it would probably just be fun for me to recite. Like, is a whole lot of you understanding it, for better, for worse. Anything can happen. Like, I have some people who got married to a rich guy, and something happened along the way, and tables turned, and then it turned back. Like, life happens. So when they say for better, for worse, it means that anything can happen. Like, or people that their partners fall very ill, they have to start, you know, taking care of them and all of that. It's really, like, this marriage thing is really, really crazy. So yes, I know that sometimes there's that money drives some people sometimes, but I don't think with what I've seen in this life, I don't think that I can be proud, especially when the person is trying.
Okay, no, that's wickedness then. Like, I feel like there are two kinds of people, right? So there are some people that are naturally wicked. No, we give them that one, right? But then again, I think I've seen situations where I used to have a friend who told me about like some people, right? It was like a family, husband and wife, right? The wife was richer than the husband, right? And I feel like that started affecting the man, because somehow he started feeling intimidated. So now, instead of him trying to help his wife, he was always causing problems for them, like in the marriage and the rest, right? So now, it's almost like, and I feel like that caused like an issue in the family, because she's bringing the money now. Instead of you to be helping her, you are fighting with her. You're not giving value. It's almost like you're literally doing nothing. Okay, I know that you're looking for a job and all, but like, while you're looking for a job, can you try to help me out? Or can you try to support me at least? But when you're now fighting with me too, I feel like that's when women fight back, because they're like, I don't get it. Like, I'm doing so much. Almost like Cora Obi, this stuff. I've heard like different stories about
I feel
this.
like it's two-sided.
Yeah, so
like that.
So like, I feel like some women are naturally wicked, right? But I also feel like sometimes men actually ain't these things. Yeah, they are insecure. Thank you.
What I was about to say. That, see, it's a two-way thing. It's another thing for you as a lady to know that, okay, I have more than you, or I earn more than you, or like, at this point you don't have a job, I'm the one financing. It's another thing for a woman to be like, I'm not going to take this for granted and insult my husband. But it's another thing for a man not to feel intimidated. Like just try to, because it now gets to a point where the person is feeling so insecure and intimidated that even when the lady doesn't mean anything, maybe, babe, please help me, can you help me with the kitchen thing? Like, as I'm not dropping money again, now I should be the one washing plates. Meanwhile, it might be things that they practiced in the relationship, or even while he had a job, that babe, come and help me in the kitchen now. Even the lady because there was this program we're having in church recently, like red flags in relationship, and the lady that came to speak to us, the minister, like I really learned a lot because she gave an example of herself. This exact situation happened.
Yeah.
Her husband was doing well, and suddenly he lost his job at a point in time, but she now started to, but the good thing, that's why she was trying to tell, she was also trying to teach the fact that when you have, no matter which party has, when you have, ensure you take care of your partner, so that when you don't have, it is the good things you've done that the person will be like, no, I know this man. If he has. So she was like, she knows that her husband, when he had, she never suffered, so she was willing. So it now got to a point, she was like, men and ego.
Yeah.
Like, got to a point that she will buy things, or, she will so that he doesn't think about it, that it's my wife that is taking care of Kini.
Yeah.
And then she will give him, and she's like, because you now have more than me now. Wow.
Yeah.
And if everybody, like, little things were causing fights. Like, if everybody is taking 2 of this, why are you giving me 3? So that we shall know that you have money. And she's like, guy, why are you doing this? I'm trying to make you feel, and then you say, oh, you're trying to make me feel like you're pitying me.
Yeah.
She said, like, she just came to understand that men have this ego.
Yeah, they
and
do. And once you bruise it like this, that's
exactly
the end.
that. When he got back his job, he apologized. It was like, I know that instead of me to be understanding, I felt frustrated. I felt like this should be my job. I should be providing. So I didn't know how to deal with it. So I think it's a lesson for men too. Like, when you have a good wife who is trying to be understanding, don't be intimidated.
Yeah.
And that's why I like men who support.
I feel like it's not
men.
even to be intimidated, because the truth is we are human beings, right? And you definitely be intimidated.
With your partner, I think by your partner's success.
No, I think it's how you handle it. So it's almost how you say, people talk about how people get jealous. So as human beings, we get jealous, but it's how you handle it. How you can snap. Wait, chill. How you can snap out of it and say, I don't get it. Why am I jealous of this person? When I don't get, like, I'm unique, blah blah blah, and the rest. She gets. So, like, if you're in a relationship and that happens, and you can see that, like, when she's buying you stuff, like sometimes you feel some certain way, right? Like, I mean, it's okay for you to have that feeling because you're a human being, but I think the right thing to do is to snap out of it and say, okay, even if I'm having this feeling, this is what she's doing, and she's doing the right thing. Like, it's how you handle that situation that matters. You get, because we're human beings, and you definitely feel like that.
Do you think that, for instance, if you're not doing, or maybe it's going to be easier for women, but if you were a man, and like your wife was doing amazingly well, successfully well, and she was probably earning more than you, she's probably famous, like she's, would you feel jealous of her? Like,
I will not do.
I
will not do. But then I'm not a man, so I'm not a man, so I'll not know. Yes,
because I feel
but
like
not
my
actually.
partner's success
Let's
is
spend
mine.
this money
Except,
together.
honestly,
I swear.
except maybe it's a partner that doesn't take care of his partner. Maybe a partner will be feeling like he's cuckoo making the money. I'm not like, but my win. Me, I feel like, and I also say it about my friends too. I feel like it's always interesting when, like, my friends are doing well, because when we go out and, okay, for instance, there was one time where we were going on, we had a trip, I had an official trip to Ghana, and like I was supposed to do some things in a country I've never been to, but my friend, like, she's the head of station somewhere, and I know that, like, she's gone on trips to Ghana.
You know people.
Like, no, I feel like it's a brag. Like, when your friends are doing
like,
well,
you know?
like, it's always beautiful, because, like, I enjoyed a lot of privilege. Like, in different stations, they would just say, Deyinka, like, Deyinka, she called me already. Like, and she's a boss too. So she just had to call. My friend needs to be, it's beautiful. Or I also love the situations where, like, I remember that I used to date a guy who, like, had successful friends too. So, like, when they go out with their girlfriends and they are all talking, like, this one is like, guy, I need this. Like, one of them was trying to relocate, and this one was like, guy, I beg, I need, one works in the airport, one works in a bank. Like, guy, I don't get proof of funds, things like that. They could help. It's beautiful than to try and trace, like, an outsider that doesn't have, because it's easier for my G's, and then it's also beautiful when they park. I'm like, God, I want me and my friends to just park this kind, and then sometimes they make just of each other. You don't change your car. Where they see this money? It's always beautiful to see. I just pray. I feel like,
and I think also that you know how, like, a guy and a girl, like, they are friends, and then they have, I mean, they have like a very good relationship, right? They can joke about anything. The girl can buy him stuff, it won't be a problem. She can spend on him, spoil him, it won't be a problem. But you see, when you enter that, see, forget all the whole we were friends before we became lovers, or we were friends before we got married. By the time you enter that space, that once you target relationship, marriage, things change. Their ego increases. Like the things I used to do before for them, when you begin to do it, they begin to say like, okay, I don't understand. Like, why are you? Am I not the one that's supposed to be buying this for you? Chicken. So I think that's why somehow they have that mentality of, and like, even if you have more money, I don't understand. Like, do you have to spend so much on me, or do you have to show me? And that's why it affects them. If they are friends, it might not really affect them. Even if like they will be happy that you're spending on them, right? But when they're in that relationship zone like this, forget it. If you spend on them, is a problem.
But you know the funny thing, you know the funny thing. There are now some guys shamelessly and I'm telling you, they don't care. You don't even have to date them. I'm telling you, okay.
AY, that's AY.
Please leave my AY. What is the meaning of
but
this?
Shebi he's the one that was pointing us
What's the meaning of this?
AY
he's even pointing.
Yes, now.
Actually, AY is actually
chop straight
guys. In case you don't know AY, let me introduce AY. AY is actually our videographer, and AY was actually. See me taking sides with AY, but AY was pointing to himself that he's shameless. So come and spend on it. See, let me advertise on behalf of AY. Is he actually doing his hand like this in the studio? He's like, whoa, I'm shameless. Come and spend on me. Me okay.
That's love. Thunder fire love, I beg.
Hey God, though. But really, I'm not somebody to say you must have the see. Just be. That's why. That's where the issue of prospects comes in. Like some people that are even enjoying. It's just like this AY and his wife. Not AY now. You're not your AY. Your own. You said you are looking for sugar.
He's a shameless man.
You're a shameless man.
Yes.
He said, hey, you people need to see AY in the studio. He's saying happily. I am shameless. Happily, help me. AY. So if a girl comes and let me just be spoiling you, what will you now be giving her in return? Hey!
Giving them what?
This is what AY did. But really, okay. This is actually a discussion.
You
know, it's good that AY
because
is
somehow some men
actually
no, but that's true because somehow they think it's only sex they can bring to the table. Honestly,
but it's only when I'm happy going. Because the sex cannot. Get around lady dating me badu. Understand? Oh God.
But you know, funny enough, if we are going to flip this story, you know, funny enough, and that's what most oh my God, I'm so sorry about that. Some girls, that's what they want. As per, just be giving me. Let me be. I can be spending money. Not sugar mummies. There's some babes that just want to like chill with you, like have sex with you, and move on with their lives. And they don't want anything relation. They will tell you straight up that I don't want relationship. It's just for knacks. Like I'll do it and then we are done. And then they have money.
Like, friends with benefits, or what do they call that?
Yeah, you can tag that,
That's friends with benefits.
Oh my God. But yeah, I think the question for today is still friendship after marriage.
Yeah.
We've talked about I feel like the reason why we even had to extend this to like other topics is because we're talking about insecurity and then that made us talk about like other things. But I think it's just very important to note that you can't marry a man that's insecure. And then if a man is asking you or a woman is asking you not to be friends with someone, you need to know why the person is asking you not to do that. And then if it's a valid reason, you guys can now talk about it or decide exactly. But if you notice that he's like constantly telling you to be away from your friends, and that's a big problem, right? And I mean, we also mentioned guys that like are always intimidated. I mean, you don't tell guys not to be intimidated because their ego is like so special to them. But I think it's just very important to note that like if you find a woman that loves you and she's willing to do so much for you, I think you should just try as much as possible to put that aside and help her through it. Like, because I mean, women, we have good women, right? We have women that love because they love. I mean, they are with you because they love you, right? Exactly. So I think you should appreciate that. Yeah, and I mean,
exactly.
I think that's basically
exactly. I feel like some of these celebrities too. That's why when they share their breakup stories, like marriage split and all, most cases we find things like this, that okay, he was intimidated by me being a successful woman. I feel like your partner's win is your win. Honestly, I feel like that's why they say two have become one. I feel like it's your, and you know, because of this whole situation, getting to know that partners get intimidated by their partner's success, it now makes me understand when
but
people.
That's crazy. Okay, from the men's side, I think
it now makes me understand when people are on the point that I just want to thank my husband. He's been so supportive. He's even the one that would. Before I used to say, who should wake you up and remind you of your rehearsal and everything. But now knowing that some men, they will even rather put off your alarm so that you will not meet up a big deal. It's actually a big deal to appreciate men or women. If you say a woman too,
you just made me remember something actually.
Share with us, Chi.
I'm not sharing. I just remember, but like I mean, you know,
share
like,
with us.
No, because of like time, we spent like so
which
much
kind
time here. But like I used to know somebody, right?
Thank you.
That knows somebody. That knows somebody, right?
The people we shall know each other when they're watching the video.
But like the husband wasn't comfortable with the wife because. Do you think that's a problem? So before we end the show, like, do you think? I mean, okay, so like this man had his wife that was working. Like she used to work at Apapa, and I think they stayed at Surulere. So like she'd always come back late because of traffic. Anybody that knows Apapa knows how terrible that place is with traffic, and also she should always come back like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. But it was a big ish for like the man, and so he was telling her to quit her job, right? Right? Do you think that's
because of safety?
So okay, because I think because of safety, and then maybe because somehow he suspected that she was doing away match as far as maybe she had like other things that she would go and do after work and all, right? So do you think first of all, do you even think it's right? Okay, I think if it's going to be based on safety, then I think it's
based on
fine,
safety, I will even feel loved.
Yeah.
Like I told you, there was one I told you that one she could put it on Twitter herself. It's not so you can sharing any story. You are eager to. Beautiful people have got. I'm not going to be sharing any gist on this.
We are here for this.
Choma will be gingering me. Oh yeah, talk. But she will not say her own. She put it on Twitter that like a partner. She was talking about like workspaces, toxic spaces and all, and she said she remembers that she used to work with a particular company that Monday to Sunday like this, no rest, and the money they were paying, that when she met her now husband, they are married now, that's, you know, the guy was like, you, the way you stress yourself, like these people must be paying you so amount, and she's like, paying me, and she mentioned, and the guy said, tomorrow quit the job, I'm going to be paying you that same money every month. Like search for another job, but for now I'm going to be paying you that same amount. And be searching for another job, because if he didn't give her that commitment, she would probably say, if I quit my job, what will I be? You know, maybe like as an independent woman and all of that. But he had to tell her, but that's safety, that's care, because she was losing her mind. She looked really you don't have time to take care of yourself, you're spent, and you're not even being paid well. So that's different. Like, you know,
I think if it's based on like safety, I think that makes sense. But like if it's based on like trust issues, then that's a big problem, bro.
God not give us partner that does not trust us.
Marry rights in Jesus' name.
Amen. Oh, I think we should start the show. Prayers for
marrying rights. Very important. The stories we've been seeing, but the good thing is we've been seeing good stories too, which is really cool. So but it's fine. I hope you guys enjoyed this particular episode. We talked about friendship after marriage. It was such a wonderful one. This is the Love Friday show, guys, where we talk about everything love. You're watching Voice Tone. My name is Chioma Eze.
And my name is Omobola, the gentle girl, the storyteller.
What's
that is about to stop the stories from flowing.
What's gentle
I
about
zip my mouth from this episode. After this episode, guys,
don't do it.
She will just be saying so about anything to say.
If you don't tell stories, how are we going to enjoy
you
the
too,
show?
make sure that by next week Friday, when you are coming, you better look for stories.
Because
this is how we will be looking at
your own is more interesting. I love
you
your
are
stories.
drunk.
Oh my god, guys. But you can find us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Voice Tone. Please go there to enjoy more amazing content. Until next time, guys, stay safe, be happy, and please be careful, you know.
All right,
Yes. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.